Hi, hello, welcome to another gotcha video. This time I'm doing like a quick review on 2.4, my thoughts on it. Going for Wuthering Waves, Wuwa, Gathering Wives. Honestly, pretty good. I think this is a W. Honestly, I think this has been a W patch. This has been a W patch. We're gonna do a slew categories a little bit. So first thing first, let's talk about the story. The story has been pretty solid. It's been pretty solid. I like Septimont. I like the whole warrior aspect of Septimont. Like the arena part where you and Lupa, yeah, fight together. I think that's pretty. I hate using Arrow Rover though. Me personally, I just don't like Arrow Rover. It's play style. But I like the dynamic. I like how you meet Lupa, right? It's gonna go into. Well, I might as well say, the story made me like Lupa. Like, at first I didn't want to roll for Lupa, but the story really pushed me into it. I think you watched my summoning video. I said, yeah, I really like Lupa. But it's from the story. The story made me grow to like Lupa. One thing I love about Lupa is how expressive of a character she is. Like, her face expressions, they're kind of peak. Like, I just love her personality. Her weapon is super sick, even though you don't see it, which is wild to me. That they made this cool weapon that you can't see because she fights with a goddamn flag, which is sick, mind you. Don't get it twisted. I love the flag, but I wish they wouldn't just let that cool weapon kind of go to waste. You know, it's kind of going to waste. Other than that. Thoughts about Lupa. I love her play style. I'm gonna go. That's more of the character section, but more of the story section. The arena part was sick. The semifinals, like, you start seeing like the dark tides get into what's happening. Right? It's cool. Right? The dream part. You get the script. That's all. That's been pretty sick. The return of Scar. Scar is fire. We all like Scar. Right? He's sick. He should be playable by now. I don't know what's going on. Can I also say Renaceda's, what is it? I guess it would be the Sentinel? The Leviathan? The Leviathan kind of sucks. Like, can we all kind of like universally agree that the Leviathan's just kind of like a bad person? Like, this is 2 for 2. Like, your kids don't like you, Leviathan. They don't like you at all. Like, tighten up. Lock in. Like, you can do better than this. Like, what's good with you, G? I know, technically speaking, the Leviathan talks. I know in the Carlotta quest, it talks. Carlotta, like the green Carlotta. I think that's supposed to be the Leviathan. The other one with Peeps, without her hat. The hatless Peeps. I think that's also the Leviathan. I'm pretty sure. And they're all just kind of bad people. Leviathan, you're just kind of a bad person. like I'm not gonna lie, you're just really a bad person. Like, come on, like, tighten up, bro. Like, lock in. Like, really lock in. Alright, so overall the story, I'm gonna give it like an 8. Generally like an 8. There's no perfect 10s out of 10s for me, unless you're Bleach. No, not even Bleach is a 10 out of 10. I don't think I've ever had a 10 out of 10 story in a gacha game. Where's the last 10 out of 10 story I've ever given a gacha game? The closest was Fontaine and Genshin. Like, the last part with Farina, that was the closest. That shit was a 9. That shit was peak. I'm not gonna lie to you. Next closest one was 1.4. Miyabi, that was sick. Cartethyia's quest was also a close 10. I'm not gonna lie. Cartethyia was also with fleurdelys, and the whole, like, you gotta, like, she needed someone to beat her. That was kind of sick. I like fleurdelys. That was the closest. It was the closest I've ever given this gacha game story time. I mean, those are 3 closest. No, Penacony. Also Penacony. I can't lie. Penacony was peak Honkai Star. I'm not gonna lie, Penacony was peak Honkai Star. But that's another topic. let's get into units. The characters that came out. I rolled for both of them. I have Cartethyia and I have Lupa. I got lucky. I got both their weapons too. So I kind of got like the peak, I'll say, F2P? Not really F2P, but like peak what they would be if you don't get them with their like copies. Cartethyia is goated. If you watch my last video, I'll say this right now, she's so goated. She's super strong. Like, if you roll for Cartethyia, you're eating. You're eating. You are eating. This woman does so much damage, it's crazy. It's diabolical how much damage she does. And she's so fun. She's so fun. Like, it was kind of weird to get used to, a little bit, but it's really just, you jump into her, she does her intro, which gives you a sword. Then you do her standard combo, gives you another one, and then you do the her skill, gives you the third, and then you just do a punching attack, absorbs all three, switch to fleurdelys, and do whatever the fuck you want. And just kind of mash. Now there is a combo you can do with fleurdelys, Brax. I watched Brax's video on it, but really I just start mashing and it gets the job done. Right, you kind of set up with Cartethyia, then you kind of just mash with fleurdelys, and they just die. They just die. Really, they just kind of just die. You know. So, fleurdelys, Cartethyia are peak. They're pretty good. They're probably top 5 best gacha units I've ever had. Top 5 best gacha units I've ever had. I'm gonna make a top 5 best gacha units I've ever gotten. They're one of them. They've skyrocketed immensely. I know I've been really negative on Wuwa recently. I don't want to give off that impression. I hate the game. I don't. I really like what they got going on. I just wish they had more 4 stars. And I wish their echo grinding was better. But we're gonna throw that as a side. We're gonna go to Lupa next. Big Lupa. Now, my account can't really demonstrate how good Lupa is because I don't have a 5-star fusion character. Now, Chinchia, I think that's her name, girl with the guns, she really kind of doesn't really work too well with Lupa. Like, they work, but they don't really work, right? Like, if I got Encore, that would be better for Lupa. Lupa's very much support, like sub-DPS support kind of esque. Which, in the main story, she was DPS and all types of shit. In the main story, she was full DPS. But I can't really do Lupa like I want to, right? That's more future investment. Like, when I wrote for Lupa, that was a business expense. You know, that's like a long-term business expense. That's me knowing that in the future, when Changling drops, I'm getting Changling. You know, like, that's me setting in stone that Changling will eventually enter my pockets. Know what I'm saying? That's what the Lupa pull was for. For me to eventually get Changling. Because I will get Changling. I know I should have got it for the anniversary, but it was her or Carlotta. And let's be real here, Carlotta is... She's way easier and she does damage. Just press like 2 buttons and Carlotta just does what she wants. Alright? She kills things very quickly. Alright? That was a meta pull, okay? Damn it. I like Carlotta too. I'm not gonna lie, she's sick. But Lupa, I can't really use Lupa like I wanted to use Lupa, but she is fun. Animation-wise, fun. Love her as a character. Love the expressions. Now to the events. Okay? We got the virtual event with the trial units. That's pretty high. You just kind of do the emphasis and weaknesses. It's pretty decent. The second, the card game. Whoever did the card game for Wuthering Waves, give them a raise. That is fun as hell. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Shout out to my boy Inferno Rider for carrying my deck. Inferno Rider is sick. Alright, that's my guy, that's my champion, that's my hero. Alright, that's my Egyptian god card. Alright, he's my boss. Know what I'm saying? I'm on the road, I'm losing. I get past 15. Ooh, Inferno Rider jumps in and he solos every time. He never disappoints me. Never, not once. Shout out to Inferno Rider, bro. That's my guy. That's my guy. Inferno Rider is my guy. But what was the other event? that they had. I don't think there's any other event that's really worth mentioning besides that. Yeah, that's really the only event that I really cared about was the card game event. You get the wings too. The wings are that's okay. Is that those wings? You get the glider wings, whatever. They're pretty sick. I'm not buying the skins. I don't like them. I don't buy skins anyway, but even if I did, I wouldn't get those. Like, I like the swimsuits. They're cool. They're alright. But I feel like they could have did more with them. I feel like they skimped a little bit on them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like they could. Carlotta's is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like Carlotta's. Shanglings though, it could have been better. I'm gonna say it right now. They could have been better. That could have been better. Y'all could have spiced that up a little bit. Nah, I'm saying. You could have pulled a bell. Nah. Let me not stop comparing. Wait. Easy. But other than that, overall, I had fun. It's a good patch. I think Wuthering Waves is probably my second favorite gacha game right now. Genshin is a third. I stopped playing Honkai Star Rail because they don't have my alien freaks. But yeah. Overall, this was fun. This is a W patch. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I still gotta do that gacha revenue video because I'm so confused by that. But I'll catch y'all next time with your boy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's see if you get past 60 by end of August. See if you can do it. Catch y'all next time. Deuces.